Hello everyone, Chris here with Platinum Reviews. We're going to start off this video. We're fighting the YellowBrow boss, and I'm sorry ahead of time. There's a lesson to be learned here. I beat the boss the first time. He has 3 different parts to him, and I beat him the very first time, and as soon as I beat him, I went to the second part, and I died. He whooped my ass. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to exit, take a break, and I'm going to make some videos on some old bosses that I've already beat. Unfortunately, when you go back in, you start back at the boss that you were on. So if you beat the first one, you start off at the second one. I didn't record the first one because I assumed I was going to have to fight him again. So we don't have that content. I'm sorry ahead of time. We're starting off at the Maku Chief. If you have any issues with the first boss, let me know and I can try and help you out the best I can, but I don't have a video on it and I'm sorry. That really sucks, especially for making these videos. So he is very easy though. He's a very easy boss. The first one, I beat him in my first try. You shouldn't have any issues, hopefully. So as long as you watch some of my other videos, stick to that same type of combat and you should be good. So right off the bat, we have the Maku Chief. I've fought him 2 other times, or you should have fought him 2 other times as well. So what you're going to do is hit him off the bat and start with the immobilize. Same thing as the previous fights. If you want, you can go back and look at those previous fights. A lot of it still applies with this boss. However, he has a few new tricks. He has clones. As you can see, the other guy is off fighting the clones because you have your partner doing it with you, the little boar guy. So he has a lot of the same moves. He gets on his staff or on his sword just like before. You can knock him off of it just like before if you stagger him. If you have your heavy attack charged up, you can actually hit him with that and it will knock him off his sword to where you can do some extra damage. He has a lot of the same moves where he does the slash and then a swipe off to the distance, kind of like that. This one, whenever he slams his sword on the ground, you'll notice it pause for a minute. Don't go in because he's going to do that slash in the air that's going to do some damage. So yeah, you'll see here he does the swipe and then the slash, just dodge out the way. A lot of his attacks are the same. Anytime you game Immobilize, you're going to want to use it. Use Immobilize and do some damage on him, knock him when he's on the ground. Right when you get about this, I want to say right around this range, 25%, 15% left of health, you want to use your summon ability. Definitely suggest using it here because it's going to help you out. So as you can see, he was whooping my butt at moments. So yeah, he's definitely tougher than the other ones, but he's not too bad. He does have clones. If you see him fly into the sky, there's a good chance he's either going to swipe down at you or he's going to call clones down to swipe at you. So he has a few new moves that he didn't have before, but overall he's pretty similar. So like I said, if you need to call the summon, I didn't call it for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I'm dumb. But yeah, that is the Maku Chief. Now, after you beat the Maku Chief, you get a little cutscene, and then it goes on to the next part. So we'll give it a moment, and it's going to go to the next part, and I'll explain what's going on with this. I'm going to skip the cutscene so you don't have to watch it. But yeah, this is just a little glimpse of what's going to happen. So after the cutscene, you are going to be playing as the Maku Chief. All you have to do is run along this path and kill the enemies. You don't even have to really kill the enemies. You just run along this path. I don't have this whole thing recorded. I went ahead and just did the very beginning to kind of show you what it's like. But yeah, just run along the path, kill the enemies, and then keep running. You are going to be moving on to the 3rd boss, the 3rd part about this. And like I said, if you die on the 3rd boss, you start back off at the 3rd boss. So that is a very, very nice thing about this is if you die, you don't have to redo all 3 at the same time. As you can see, I've already died once, so it spawned me back right there. So really awesome that you don't have to redo all 3. Just stinks when you're trying to make a video on how to beat a boss and it's like, oh, hey, you don't have that video anymore. So it's fun. Now, here we go with YellowBrow. So this is the 3rd fight with the 2nd fight with YellowBrow. You fought him at the beginning. He has the same moveset in a sense. However, it's completely different with a lot of things. Now he can turn gold. When he is gold, you cannot damage him. You can't hurt him. You can do 2 different things here. I've seen 2 different ones work. I tried 2 different things with it. The first one is you can try and just run around and waste time. When you see this thing, you're going to have those lightning bolts come towards you. Just dodge. You can't leave the circle until it dissipates, but you can just dodge those lightning bolts coming at you while you're in the circle. So you can either wait it out. Waiting it out does work, however, it can take a little bit, and it's a lot of dodging, potential for you to get hurt. As you can see, I'm going to try and hit him. It doesn't really do much. If you have the big head summon, like I'm going to do here pretty quick, you're going to see me use the big head summon, and it's going to automatically take him out of the gold state. So, yeah, if you have that, I definitely suggest using it. So he does this thing where he teleports, and he's teleported over here. However, as you can see, he's still in the gold state, just not getting out of it. This is where I use the big head, and as you can see, as soon as we use the big head, he gets knocked out of that state. So definitely suggest using the big head summon. I don't know... I haven't really used any of the other ones. I've actually really liked him and kept him, and I've leveled him up quite a bit. So, yeah, he does lightning strikes. Early on, it's just a lot of, like, ones where you can telegraph. You can see where he's going to swing it because he lifts his arm up and then he has like a slamming motion with it. So you can see where he is going to slam down the staff and be able to dodge it. Stay close to him for this part because honestly, you're going to want to be doing damage. There shouldn't be anything really crazy. Once you get him to about 50-60% health, he does this where he shocks you and makes it to where you can't move. I believe this is undodgeable. I think this is part of the story. You're going to have this happen. I don't think there's a way to dodge it. It happens at one other time in the fight. And I saw this, I was like, man, did he really just one-shot me? He does damage you from this too. So I don't know if there's a way to dodge it. I really don't, but he does damage you quite a bit. You'll see this too. Second part, he does this where he creates those shockwaves, and those shockwaves still actually hurt. So if you were to walk in it, you would get shock damage. So just something to kind of keep an eye out for. This one, he does thrust, which is new from before, and he does swipes. He does like large range swipes that do a lot of damage. When he does those swipes, you'll see him do them, I think either 2 or 3 times in a row. I'll point it out when it gets to it, but you'll see it do it a few times. Like before, anytime you get immobilized, go ahead and use it. Like you'll see here, he went gold again, and I was like, shoot, what am I going to do? But I'm shocked. I can't do anything. So this is another part of those. I think you can't skip it. You're bound to get hit by this because it's part of the story moments. So actually revived or finished this part with 1 HP, and I was like, oh man, this is about to be pretty bad. He's back to being gold again. So if you are using Big Head and you have the Big Head soul, you can actually use him here. When you see him do that, stay out of it. You can see that giant shock area. You want to just stay out of it because it's going to hurt you if you get close. So just get as far away from it as possible. If you have your heavy attacks, be sure to use them because as you can see there, it staggers. In the third part, he does new things. He also starts stomping. You know, why not just add more things to the fire, I guess. He starts stomping. He does this triple swipe, which is what I was talking about earlier. So you're just dodging, dodging, dodging. I went ahead and used Big Head again because he is gold, and as you can see, it knocked him out of being gold. So I think if you hit him enough with regular attacks, it might knock him out of being gold as well, but I didn't want to try. It was just taking too long. I think you have to do a certain amount of damage, whatever. So the stomp attack, he does multiple stomps in a row, as you can see there. So you just dodge, 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 try and get out of there. This is a pretty pain in the ass fight. I'm not going to lie. The good thing is if you die, you don't have to do all 3 again. So there's nothing to really worry about. I mean, there's a little bit to worry about if you die, but nothing too crazy because you're going to start right back at this fight. So this is pretty much it with him. You're just going to be dodging. This part, you're in the circle like before. You're going to be dodging those lightning strikes coming towards you. Very easy to dodge. You cannot leave the circle until the circle actually dissipates. So just rinse and repeat for this. If you guys have any questions about the video or about the boss, let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, when you see that part, just roll out the way, let him finish it, and then go in. If you're running towards the end of the fight, use your summon because he gives you an extra health bar by using your summon. So that's why I went ahead and used it. He does that triple slice again. So yeah, just use your summon if you're getting close to the end of the fight, because worst case scenario, you do a little bit of damage and you lose the summon, but you don't die. So that is YellowBrow. If you have any helpful tricks, post them down below. Again, I'm sorry that I didn't have the first part. I'm kicking myself in the ass for it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Platinum Review goodness. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.